Hello YouTube. Here with a little Rise of Kingdoms MGE barbarian event. Currently position in rank 2. Looks like rank 1's already at 1,000,000. So we will have to climb up the ranks a bit here. Currently position number 15 in the overall. Looks like it'll be an easy climb to 14 and 13 as well. Our wheel is Alexander. I already have him expertise, so it makes no sense to use the wheel or just spin the wheel. So that's that. What else? This is great, but haven't really used it. I mean, all my buildings are maxed. My research maxed. All I could do is train, but I don't have enough training speed ups to actually train, so I'm gonna have to pass on that. Just gonna keep doing the minimum to 1152, which equals 24 hours. Let's collect these real quick and send some more. This one's good. Well, not really good, but it's better than nothing. We'll do this one as well. And then from here, nothing else is pretty good. Everything's pretty bad. Honestly, it's pretty bad. I don't need any trainings or building speed ups. I have so many. These armaments are they're for the wrong formation. I don't use that formation, so these are terrible in my case. I could definitely get this one, but it's not ideal. These are just, like I said, formation B. They're just bad in my opinion. We'll just let that finish up, and since we do have 2 extra slots we could send out, we'll just wait till those finish up and see what else pops up, and hopefully something better shows up. So looks like we got more stuff coming. I don't want to go into this right now, so let's just keep trying to climb the barbarian ranks. Okay. Here we go. So this is what I'm currently running at the moment. Obviously it's not optimal for this, but this is what I'm working with at the moment. We wanna, I know Edward of Woodstock is terrible, but he's closer to level 60, so we're just gonna try to keep pushing him to reach that level 60. He's not expertise or anything, but we might be able to use him even though he's bad. I mean, all secondary commanders in these on my marches currently are just there to try to level them up a little bit, not because they're great at all. Just is there to try to push them up a few more levels. So we're just gonna keep constantly looking for more level 25s so I could keep on gaining pretty decent amount of points here. Cause we're pretty far out from first place. So we're definitely gonna have to try to catch up. And hopefully take that first spot. This MGE list we have going on is capped. I believe it was 6 million for those that are not on the list for Constantine. Yeah, and I'm actually on the list, which I forgot what part of the list. So I'm like, you know what? Let's put this to favorites, just so I could keep track of it easier. Fixed MG placements. I'll place that number 22, which that's 16 to 25 rank. It's a cap of 7 million. Okay. Ooh, it's actually a 5 million cap for those that are not on the list. So I could go as high as 7 million and as low as 5 million, I guess you could say. So I'm currently at 1 million, 1.9. So we still got a few more days so I can push more points. But we're gonna try to see if we could take the first spot for barbarian event. So we're just gonna keep searching for level 25 because those tend to give out the most points, at least in home kingdom. That's where we're at right now. Man, I'm pretty far out from my city. I just realized. I totally forgot I left my marches out earlier today. So we're just logging back in and I just realized we were that far out. So yeah, MGE, it's Constantine MGE, so my MGE, my Constantine, it's currently 5513, which I don't necessarily need him to be maxed or expertise. You know, as long as the first two skills are maxed, he's good enough, or at his best, I guess. As long as you use them only for open field. If you're gonna be garrisoning your city or a flag, then yes, you'll need to max out the third skill, and the fourth skill will definitely help a lot. And having him expertise will obviously be the best option if you're gonna be using Constantine in a wall or just as a garrison in general for flags or forts or your city. But if you're just using him as an open field commander, then just the first two skills max is great. So I already have those maxed out. As you can see, my fourth skill is level 3, and I'm pretty surprised that I didn't get a skill upgrade on the third, and it just skipped third and went straight to fourth skill 3 times. Pretty nice on that part. So my placement for this MGE is supposed to give me what was it, 5 sculptures. Pretty bad, but decent, I guess. I'm not really pushing to max them out either, so we currently have 0 out of 50. So we're going to be missing 45 more sculptures just to go up one more level, which if I do end up reaching 50 sculptures, I can guarantee you is going to upgrade the third skill. That's how I always see things go when it skips the third skill on a commander, or the second skill for that matter, and you lock them. Let's say you upgrade the first one by locking it if you unlock all of your skills, but you don't upgrade them, right? So if you unlock them all and you start trying to upgrade your skills, you lock the first skill, obviously, just so that you max out the first skill, because the first skill of every commander is always pretty much the best one. So you lock it, and then from there, if the rest are just good or decent, then you just either leave them all open and just hope that they land in the ones you want, or the ones that are good enough. In my case, I'll lock the first one, and then I believe I locked the second one on after I reached what was it, level 4. I unlocked them all, and I believe the fourth skill went up a level, and then on the second upgrade, skill 2 was maxed out, and then after I tried upgrading 2 more skills, they all landed on the fourth skill, but the third skill was skipped for some reason, which is perfect, I guess. Great. So on my next skill upgrade, I am pretty sure that their skill is going to be upgraded. which I would prefer the fourth skill to just keep going up instead of the third skill. Because the fourth skill kind of does help on open field, but not really. I mean, it's not that great. So we're just gonna keep looking for more level 25s. Let's go up, because we're too far away from our city to begin with. So there's two right here. So that's that. Okay. We're gonna try to collect. Wait, did we collect it already? I'm wondering if I used the 5 tomes of knowledge already. Nope. Okay. Whoa. So who should we try? I guess since we're trying to get him to level 60, we could just push him there. And we're not going to use bigger ones. We're just going to use the 100 ones. Just 5 times. So we could get the objective completed. That's that. We need to do some gathering. Training, and by then, after finishing off this part of the tavern, we should be able to max out the objectives here. One thing I don't like about running barbarians is that I have way too many tier 5s compared to tier 4. So when I run barbarians, I have to use T5, and that kind of sucks for me because it obviously costs more to heal a T5 troop than to heal a T4, and it becomes a more expensive of a build if you use T5s. And basically any occasion, just T5 are just more expensive. But I don't have enough T4 to run full marches. I have like enough for like half a march in some cases. I believe archers, I don't even have half a march. Okay, I'll take that back. I think it is about half a march of T4s. Same for cavalry. It's about half a march. And then infantry is close enough, I guess. But that'll just be 3 marches, right? We're running 5 marches at the moment. 5 marches, obviously, hitting the highest level barbarian through her active skill. So I'm currently running a formation that boosts her active skill and her buffing to other commanders by 5% multiplied by 1.2. a maximum of 5%. Right? So I'm running her as a primary, so that's why I have that type of formation on her. And for armaments, we try to go for anything and everything that will cause damage to barbarians, because she's running barbarians. So she's currently doing 8.2% more damage to barbarians, and whatever other raw stat that these armaments are giving to my troop types, it's a plus. So as you can see, I'm getting infantry, cavalry, and archers stats. All either attack or defense, and only getting infantry health, but not as much, I guess you could say. And we're getting actual infantry speed, which we definitely need for infantry. Infantry are very slow. I believe I'm running infantry with Mulan as well. Yes, infantry. So that's very good that she's gaining that extra march speed. So basically you're, in this case, just running formations that will actually benefit the commander, the primary commander. In this case, we're doing 5% more damage, or skill damage on Kara, which her active skill damage, it's okay, I guess. But a 5% extra more skill damage, it helps a lot. I currently have not placed any armaments, just because I'm lazy, I guess. I don't think there's any good ones though. Let's see. Reduction. That's decent. See, we could have had something like this, given 4.2% more damage to barbarians. But I haven't really done any armaments on my barbarian commanders, other than, I believe, it was just Mulan and Athelflaed. But
Queen by title, but
I stopped using Athelflaed just recently, because as you can see, her experience, if I get to have enough gold stars and push her to the 6th star, she'll probably be close enough to level 60 by then, because we accumulated 23 million experience, and it's like 2.8 per level. So she's gonna be pretty much max or close enough. So I stopped using her now. So she has armaments, which I probably should remove them now, just because she's not gonna be used for a while now, or anytime soon again. So we'll probably end up placing those armaments somewhere, like for example here.
And my outraged daughter.
you know, just a different commander that can actually use them and take full advantage of those extra stats. But in the meantime, that's fine. We're not really in high need of extra stats when running barbarians. It's not a big deal. We always done it without them having extra damage to barbarians. It's not that much of a big deal right now. We'll probably be using them more during our KDK, just because the barbarian levels do go up higher. And if you're running barbarians for a while, they do damage enough to where you have to refresh your marches here and there pretty often. So we're good for now. Oh, and by the way, using all 5 marches is not that efficient. It's not efficient. It's not AP efficient. It's not. It's just. It just requires a lot more AP because you're using 5 full marches instead of, for example, using just one march. Someone tanky like Richard and YSG as a secondary. Richard's just gonna, even though he might use up like 60 or 80 AP, if he could chain barbarians, if he could chain barbarians and just take full advantage of YSG's AoE, and you'll end up spending a lot less AP per barbarian and be way, way more efficient. What I probably should do is just try to figure out a way to just increase all of the march speed, you know? So sometimes you gotta march pretty far out. You know, having to wait for them to reach their destination is pretty boring. So it's a pretty big time consuming, that's for sure. Oh, okay. Let's see. Where is that? We're gonna have to use, for example, one of these. We have way too many. I'm trying to get rid of them as much as I can. We have way too many. And we definitely don't use the 5% for KDK. Try to always have something like that going. A little 5% extra defense or attack. Mainly defense, obviously. It's always going to be better. But have something going, since I already have way too many of them. And I don't use them, that's why I have way too many. I usually run the 10% one, this one, but only during KBK, and I run through all of them. I always have to the point where I'm drained. But we'll definitely end up getting more from the merchant. So, where are we at right now? 700,000. Okay, I think he is still pushing. I think it was 1.3 earlier when I first checked. Now it's 1.4, going to 1.5 soon. You know, I don't want to push extremely too far because I want to save AP and try to use my AP during KBK for honor points instead. And KBK is around the corner. So KBK 3 around the corner. Man, these marches are slow. Carrying infantry, their marches are just so slow. But we don't have enough events going on. Pretty dry. Other than MGE right now. That's the only good event. And technically not that good either because it's Constantine. You know, I mean, he's okay. He's not all of that. He's pretty tanky, I'll give him that. A tanky commander. What I don't like about Constantine is that he has no march speed. He's just slower than slow. He's a full snail. He's just so slow. But pretty tanky, which gives it a decent open field abilities, just pretty decent in the open field because he's tanky, but very slow to march. Most likely, I will be using him as a secondary. Only when the time comes, so it's not gonna be like a mandatory secondary at the moment. But I noticed that everyone likes to target Alexander the Great. When you put out Alex on the field, everyone just targets it. And to help that, you could either run, for example, a Constantine as a secondary, which will boost, his health. You boost infantry health, because you're obviously going to be running full infantry with Alex. Use a Constantine as a secondary to get that extra 40% more health for infantry, and it will reduce the attack of the enemy by 40%, which will make your march tanky, even more tanky than what Alex is already making it. Or if you want, you could, instead of using a Constantine, you could go as far as using a Richard, for the healing. But instead of Richard, I would prefer to run someone like Sun Tzu as a secondary, because Sun Tzu will create or generate rage over time. Where's it at? Was it here? He generates rage. So pairing him with Alex, as Alex is going to be constantly shielding, your Sun Tzu will be generating rage for your Alex, so that Alex can be constantly pushing your shields and making your march tanky. But at the same time, your Sun Tzu is going to be constantly dealing damage up to 5 targets. That's 1,000 damage per target. And in a big brawl, if you are able to hit all 5 targets, that's obviously 5,000 damage. But in most cases, you'll just end up hitting like 3 targets. So having Sun Tzu as a secondary, pretty good. But if you want, just, like I said, just get so targeted because of the shielding, the tankiness, that I'm just gonna end up using Constantine as a secondary to make the march even more tanky, and it will take 40% less damage, and I'm gonna have 40% more health, which will make it even more tanky. And since he's constantly being targeted, he's going to take longer for him to die. It's best not to let him die, obviously. Once it reaches yellow or 50% health, you recall a march. But if you just get trapped or caught and you can't run away, because obviously infantry too slow, and you need someone that's tanky enough to help. So that's my plan for this KVK, just running Alex like example, Alex YSG, but if he just keeps constantly getting targeted, then Constantine is going to be the replacement. And figure out a different placement for YSG. I actually even thought of using Edward as primary and YSG as secondary, but you definitely want to have the poison from Tamara's poison skill with Edward as a secondary to Edward. It's really, really strong skill, which, as you can see, mine's pretty weak, which I don't really care about. Tommy here, she's not that good of a commander, but that poison definitely does some damage. So let's see how we're looking. Almost 800,000. Wait, third place is pushing up, ain't it? Yeah, I think he wasn't there yet before. Well, I don't recall. But yeah, he's pretty close to my points now. He's definitely pushing. So that's where we at with this MG currently. Just hitting barbarians, just trying to reach first place and try to keep first place for now. Or not necessarily just keep the first place, but to be high enough or go over 1 million points so that I'll get closer to my end goal, which is 7 million, and I could get 5 more sculptures. Yeah, because that ends at rank 16. So it's 16. That's a lot of people. If I do this, I try to take 16 spot with 7 million.